Just a minute. Just make it live stream.
Okay.
We should start the live stream, no?
Yeah, correct. It's just happening. Okay, good to go.
Good to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, friends. I'm Ravi Kumar signing on this day. A warm welcome and greetings from Thea New Consultancy to all doctors and the August audience on this fine monsoon Sunday morning. Pandemic has thrown a lot of challenges, discomfort to humanity in general and doctors in particular. Last year, around same time, we at Thea New Consultancy decided to address one of the challenges to doctors, and we are happy to announce that we have succeeded to great extent. Today, we are here to present a solution by name Healios, which is a unique and different in many ways. Helios, while it appears to be similar to some, but as you go through the proceedings of the day, you will realize the importance of Helios and which I may term it as need of the hour. Today's flow of proceedings will be as follows. Introduction of the architect of Helios, the main architect, presenting Helios, followed by Q&A, vote of thanks. Let me move on by introducing Dr. Ajith Chandran, the main and the prime architect of Healios. Dr. Ajith Chandran is a PhD in applied electronics and comes with a rich experience of 30 years. He is one who believes that every problem has to see a light of solution. He has been leading and part of innovation throughout his professional career. I take this opportunity to present Dr. Ajith Chandran. Ajith, over to you.
Yeah, good morning to one and all. And thanks, Ravi, for that nice introduction. Well, let me say good morning once again to the lovely crowd of doctors and other medical professionals. I am so happy to be in front of you here. And let me welcome you to a world devoid of queues, a world devoid of queues, crowding and waiting. Yes, I mean that. I mean a world which is devoid of queues, waiting, congestion, rubbing shoulders with each other, etc. And partly it has come true by our efforts that now we can have now clinics which are exactly that. That is just-in-time arrival of patients at the clinic one by one, even if there are delays, and we will be taking them in one by one, the doctors. There will be no intermediaries between the doctor and the patient. Now, during the COVID days, suddenly it started happening last year in April. We, in Thea New Consultancy, the engineers of Thea New Consultancy came together on a single platform, worked as a team. Some joined, some worked from US, some from UK, some from India itself. And what we did was we developed an ecosystem, a technology on an IoT stack. Okay, that does exactly that, bringing patients one by one to the clinic, respecting the delays of the previous patients and other unforeseen delays, so that they remain at home or wherever and come just in time. This is a big advantage for the doctors, and there is so much to it for the doctors to realize and avail. And now I will get into the nitty-gritties of that. The operational procedures will get into that later. But right now, let me welcome my dear senior Syam and the founder director of the Thea New Consultancy Consortium to throw light into this idea of ecosystem that can have crowdless, orderly clinics. Over to you, Syam.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Respected dignitaries, doctors, professionals, team members from Thea New Consultancy, and our well-wishers present here. Good morning. I'm audible, right?
Yes.
Welcome to this briefing on our flagship smart ecosystem for clinics, namely Healios, offered by Thea New Consultancy. Thank you for taking time out this Sunday morning and being part of this momentous juncture for everyone here in TNC. We also wish everyone great health by taking care well in these pandemic times. Let me share my presentation now. Yes. So friends, doctors, normally in this pandemic times, it is very important to understand that what are the condition the doctor's frame of mind is. I've been speaking to a lot of people. Even before the pandemic times, it has been going on that, yes, doctors are shocked pleasantly because they are seeing the clinic front full of people. But wouldn't it have been better if there was a sort of orderliness in this waiting times? Also, if things could move on smoothly without any chaos, you could, many doctors feel frustrated. Why? Because there's a lot of changes happening among the appointment system itself. There's chaos outside, there is confusion, a lot of sounds, and we are not able to concentrate. Also, you are angry because this schedule itself is going haywire. But in the pandemic times, one more emotion has come in, and that is being fearful. Because in the clinics, there are times when one has to be careful because the virus is everywhere. And today, we are presenting a particular solution that is a plug and play solution to everyone practicing, which is from the stables of Thea New Consultancy, Healios. With the tagline, Smart Ecosystem for Clinics, Healios is the state-of-the-art real-time patient appointment management system. It is available in multiple forums, especially on apps, the Healios app shown both on the Apple Store as well as the Google Play Store, on Androids and Apple. Now let me jump into some of the features here. What does this Healios platform signify? It is a cloud-based solution, which means engineers in TNC has developed this platform out of the latest technology available for computation. Fully automated, real time, which is very important. Dr. Ajith has just now enunciated, right? Real time information passing on both to the doctors and the patients. It is available in multiple nodes. The nodes could be a kiosk in the clinic for walking patients. It could be a mobile app. It could be the web user interface on the PC or on an Android tab, which could be used also as a kiosk. So these features, along with a sound team, which will be providing service as well as training to ensure that everyone present in the clinic, that is the people who operate, like the receptionists, they get trained well, the doctors also trained well, and we guarantee a 24/7 service team too. So these are the features that Healios presents. Coming to what are the problems that are currently faced by doctors and clinics? As I said before, crowded clinics is one such obstacle in a smooth practice by doctors. Schedule management, which is always a critical feature. For example, whenever it has been my particular case also, where when I used to go to the clinics, I used to find that yes, the time that I have to come in, say I get a previous thing at 10:30, but still I may have to wait at 11:30, 12 for no fault of anyone because of the systemic issues. Staff shortage. Imagine, it is very difficult to get trained staff these days. And when we have a situation where we could automate systems, that is a big problem faced. One is the losses also. Losses in the terms of, see, in this pandemic times, what I have noticed and what our team has also noticed is that most of the clinics are either running partially or some are shut also. What if we can find a solution to cover this problem? And another important problem is the doctors face or the clinic practicing people face is analytics. Knowing intelligent data. Now, how does Healios cover these particular problems? Various solutions in the form of organization and efficiency, Doctor-patient communication. Just imagine that when a doctor is running a clinic, he could control how the clinic performs, how he could schedule his appointments, how he could sector-wise change the appointment times, and the communication goes seamlessly to the patients. Patients. One big thing, when patients come into the doctor's clinic, he's already coming with a sickness in mind or to try to get a consultation. But what if he's not forced to wait for so long and is in a better frame of mind when he comes into the clinic? Reduce no-shows. One of the biggest challenges that clinics face these days is, in spite of taking appointments, there are times when patients do not show up, and that affects the practice of the doctors as well. If you have a system wherein a doctor knows in advance that a patient does not come in and checked in, he comes to know that, yes, there is the next patient can come in, and that will help in solving the problem. Same day appointments, very important. See, what happens is walk-in patients there are walk-in patients, but walk-in patients are also streamlined through a kiosk so that he is also knowing when his time is going to come. And same.
Syam, you hit the mute button.
Yeah, am I okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, after the same day appointments, we have a multiple clinic configuration possible also. So it could be one doctor, one clinic, one doctor, many clinics, and one doctor, many clinics across the region. It could be across the world also because it's a cloud-based solution. You can also have multiple clinics operating on this. So these are the features and solutions. Now, yes, what are the advantages? The system is smart, very smart. It helps dynamic scheduling, as I said before, when the expected arrival time of the patient at the clinic is being taken care of. And also it can go in as per the necessity of the doctor. Suppose some interesting patient, patient who has got an emergency, he can also come in, and that particular change of scheduling can also be addressed. It is very reliable. It has been proven. I'll come to that later because we have done a load test as well as a full function test on the system before we are going to launch it. It's very, very secure. The data is all secured. We have ensured that the data is well protected. It's very easy to set up. It's plug and play. What the doctor needs in a clinic is his regular use laptop. The clerk using his PC, it could be a laptop or a PC, and also an Android kiosk, which is an Android tab. That is all is basically required. The software can be downloaded from a centralized location and monitored. It's very easy to integrate. Integrate not only with a new clinic that is being set up for running, also with other clinics. A very robust system because we are using Google Cloud's platform. And the beauty again is intelligent reports. We get CSV reports, which can be used to basically understand, analyze the patient behavior for the doctors, who are the regular patients, what are they coming up to, all those intelligent reports can be given. Everything will be told in detail when Ajith comes in and presents his technical part of this particular presentation. Now let me share in what are the references. Now here I would like to thank 3 doctors specifically who have helped us develop this platform over a period of 6 months and more. A cardiac clinic, Dr. Suresh in Trivandrum, Dr. Rajesh Nair of the skincare clinic, as well as Dr. Bonnie Zacharias in Punalur, who is a dentist by profession. So here comes the skincare clinic at Trivandrum, Dr. Rajesh Nair on the screen, along with Ajith, and SK Dental Clinic in Punalur. This is because we wanted to check out the performance of Metro, if I may say so. We have Dr. Bonnie and Dr. Rajesh in this platform here. And we also got this cardiac center Trivandrum, wherein the testing was done, the development was done. We need to, from the bottom of my heart, I'm thanking these doctors for giving us an opportunity to help us develop this. I was telling them about this load test and the full function test. We now understand that our system can seamlessly work on the present platform that we are providing. Easily up to 80 to 100 clinics can function at full load capacity, full capacity. The full function test means within the team, we created various scenarios on how the system works, and we have corrected all those errors that naturally come in during the development of a program, and it has been fully certified now. So here you have a solution for your smart clinic. I'm sure most of you run a smart clinic. And with our solution being integrated with you, we are sure that you are very good to go with a proper managed solution of patients. Now, I want to introduce you two very significant people. The first has already been introduced, Dr. Ajith, but here is Dr. Velumani Pillai, who is based out of New Jersey in the US, who has been the global head of technology at Pfizer and also at Merck, who has been guiding us through on the development process. He's a very senior person in the pharma industry, as well as presently developing products that are going to benefit patients across the spectrum of the health industry. And then, of course, we have Dr. Ajith Chandran. Dr. Ajith Chandran, who is a PhD in electronics, has got this idea, the pain area of our doctors and patients, into a viable solution that can work to help our society to move forward in having a better integral crowd management system or a patient management system. What is all coming to? Healios is being developed and under the aegis of Thea New Consultancy. I just want to introduce our company to you. We are an ISO certified organization into various sectors. We have associates in engineering, leading into procurement, into project management, applied electronics that I'm introducing here, as well as training. We are involved in so many sectors. We have a wonderful mission statement and a mission statement that drives our business. D. Ravikumar and yours truly are partners. Sakir Hussain is based out of Bahrain. He leads the international business out of there. And we have got our vertical heads, Ajay Patil, Ananta Iyer, Dr. Ajith Chandran, and Yatin Dambal here today. All are present in this meeting today. We are based out of CBD Belapur in Navi Mumbai in India, and our international location is in the Kingdom of Bahrain. Our social media presence is also very large. We are in the websites, we are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube channels for both TNC as well as for Healios, Facebook page for Healios. The Instagram page is being followed by more than 1,200 followers, and our Facebook page, which has just launched, has already got around 1,000 followers. So in brief, this is the presentation on Healios. Now, I would like to take it further into the next presentation by Dr. Ajith Chandran, the man of the moment, who will walk you through the workflow of Healios. Dr. Ajith, all yours now.
Thank you, Syam. Thank you so much. And welcome once again, all of you. Now, let me first tell you what this ecosystem is all about. Maybe for some of you, it may be a new term. Okay. Ecosystem is actually a feedback system, in a technical feedback system, like in instrumentation, wherein one action depends on the other action. So unlike the conventional doctor apps, ours is an ecosystem. It simply translates to this meaning that this has a self-control. It controls the whole clinic and leaving the professional practice to you. And as Syam rightly said, our engineers, including me, were really handheld by a team of doctors. Other than the ones who had participated in which has been clearly respected and marked by Syam, there were a few others also who offered solutions and suggestions through phone. And I happened to come, luckily, from a doctor family, surrounded by a lot of doctors, eminent specialties in and around me, in the kith and kin. Okay, so they also helped me, right, to understand the real pain of the doctors. So that has been addressed in a very effective way. First time addressing, there were hiccups. The participating doctors really helped us in getting to the exact bullseye. And so that is what an ecosystem is. So it's a totally closed loop system which controls your clinic without bothering you. It controls your clinic even when you go to sleep. Later on, as we proceed, it may even control your energy consumption also. Later on. Okay. Now let me walk you through a presentation which I tailor-made for you, which we have tailor-made for you. It just speaks about the techno managerial part of it. So this picture here gives you a small idea of what the whole thing is. It's an ecosystem picture. The patient, the walk-in walks in, or maybe takes the token via an app, and the receptionist could not be accommodated in the picture. The receptionist or the clerk can also board you in, and the doctor has his control panel here in front of him. Okay, so I'm sorry. So what happens is, this is based on the IoT. It's a field of study for engineers in computer science and electronics, and that has been put to use here, along with what we study in queuing also, in organic queuing. Queuing theory is also something, a subject in engineering, which we have made use of here. Making all that use, and with our experience and with the feedback from doctors, there we have, let me proudly introduce you the Healios ecosystem. It's an intelligent system that enables the citizens, in this case, the patients, to arrive just in time at the clinic, even if there are delays. Okay, now the conventional workflow goes like this. Members of the staff of the clinic sitting here to man the crowd and eagerly awaiting patients. Okay, there still may be a token system, but it's an organic or conventional system, which is pressed by the doctor every time a patient is released. That may not help us, because even it is only an walk-in thing, and only thing is that they may not have to stand somewhere. They can take a token and wait for their turn, but they cannot. They still have to come on the appointed time and suffer the delays. And right now, when we have the Healios, it looks something like this. It's a one-by-one arrival. This patient has arrived looking at his estimated appointment time on the mobile, and then next step would be that he will scan the QR code in the mobile app here on the kiosk. So he's marked present, and then he waits for the turn, which may be only a few minutes, because he is brought just before his turn. Okay, now let me show you the workflow. And before that, of course, this is what we aim for. We may be a little, imaginary in this case, or rather a little futuristic, but this is what we'll finally arrive at. A waiting room devoid of patients, because the patients are on consultation with the doctor, and the next patient is on the way, is just arriving. So that gap, it has been snapped. And this space could be used for a various plethora of activities by the clinic. Now, let me proudly show you the workflow, how it is. Okay. Now, first of all, we will invite the doctor to join the Healios ecosystem by asking him to type www.healios.tianu.com on the website, on the browser, any of his browsers, be it a Mac machine or a PC, whatever, or even on a tab or a mobile. But we prefer as PC or a laptop, because the screen would be good enough to control the clinic. Once he does that, he gets registered by authentication by his registered mobile number. Okay, that's one step. Then he has to set up the clinic timings, how many sessions he wants per day. He can go for a blanket timing also for a period of time, like 3 months, 4 months, etc. And mark the holidays. Weekly holidays can be marked, and the different sessions, and how much time will he take to spend with a patient. Consultation time per patient. See, the system, IoT system, has a built-in artificial intelligence, which our engineers proudly developed, or are still developing. So that will understand your working style or your time taken by the patient with you, and automatically adjust the per patient time for better accuracy and still lesser delays. So that will happen in a period of time, once you are with us for, say, a few months. But right now, it is that the doctor has to key in the per patient time. And along with that, he has to key in the waiting time. That is, as I was telling you just now, the patient will have to mark his arrival. Why? A pain point. It was again addressing a pain point that the clerk or the compounder or the attender at the clinic usually gives an appointment, and whenever his turn comes due of that person, he may shout his name, call out his name, and he may have gone somewhere else. I mean, he may missed in the crowd. So to avoid that, we have a marking arrival system, and that registers the patient with the arrival list. Okay. Now, soon after that, we'll have the patient looking at your clinic from the cloud. Once, of course, there's a TNC authentication process. After that, the cloud, your clinic is taken to the cloud. By clinic, I use it in a generic way. It could be a small hospital, various hospitals like that, because it's a basic building block. Is clinic is a basic building block. So we have made a good building block, I should say. Okay, now this token issue. That's the next thing I want to discuss. So the main thing is the patients have to take the token for clinic consultation. So once the doctor's clinic gets registered, he goes to the cloud, available in the mobile app, downloadable from the App Store or the Play Store. And after he authenticates himself, the patient authenticates himself by an OTP, he can see all the registered clinics. The clinics participating with us can be seen. He taps one clinic, enters, selects his session, and enters a session and takes a token, and he gets a token number and the estimated arrival time. Henceforth, let us call it as EAT, E-A-T. And that EAT changes per minute if required, if there's a delay as per Q dynamics. So that is the most preferred way we suggest, because that gives a painless, seamless, contactless arrival of the patient at the just-in-time arrival of the patient at the clinic, and there need not be any intermediaries between the doctor and the patient. And once he arrives, it's not that he just walks in without permission to the doctor's chamber. What he does that he waits there he marks his arrival with the kiosk, which is just an Android device, and when he's marked present, he will wait for this. There is another node in the system. That's why it's called an ecosystem. That node also is interrelated, is intertwined with the system. So that announces the next token from the cloud. It's not the doctor is pushing anything. It announces that token, and it may take 2 or 3 or up to 5 minutes or even lesser for the arrived patient to enter the patient's and the control room, the cabin of the doctor. So once that is announced, he gets in and he gets out after the treatment, and that's over. Okay. Now, there are others who may not be that techno-savvy. They may not be having a smartphone. And in that case, we have, like in airports, self-check-in for the boarding pass. That is, the patient comes in and walks into the clinic, and the kiosk is waiting for him. He enters his credentials, authenticates himself by OTP, and takes a token. Even there are further patients who may not be able to do even self-check-in. Then he has to go to the clerk or the receptionist or whoever is in charge of the front office, and he will handhold him. There will be a web app for the clerk also, which is empowered by the doctor. Doctors delegate the web app to the clerk, and the clerk will onboard him or her. Okay, so that is the third method. And there is others, the conventional method of calling in, Okay, the conventional method of calling in is also respected here. The receptionist receives the call and enters the details into the system, and the SMS is pushed out to the patient. The SMS is pushed out to all nodes of patients, including those who hold a mobile app. And now there are 2 categories of booking. One is advanced booking, and as Syam rightly said, we take care of both current booking and advanced booking. For advanced booking, it will be the next available slot on a particular day and session of the choice of the patient. And for current booking, it will be the availability plus a time difference depending upon the metro or the city that here. For Trivandrum, we feel that 30 to 40 minutes is sufficient for the patient to arrive. What I mean is, if the ecosystem gives a token with the current time of booking, if the clinic is free, still that cannot be respected by the patient because he has to commute to the clinic. In Mumbai and other Delhi, etc., maybe it may be 1 hour. The doctor can configure it also in the initial settings or thereafter also. Right? Okay. Now, that is the difference between mobile booking. So, half an hour delay, 1 hour prior to the clinic start and during the clinic session, the session of the clinic. So, that's also cleared. Now, so we have all the 3 modes I've explained how they come in. They come in by mobile app. They can come in by walk into the clinic. And there are 2 ways they'll be attended. One, they can attend to themselves, or they can go to the clerk and get their token. Again, anyway, SMS will go, and calling in for a future date or for a current date itself, but with a delay, prescribed delay of taking the tokens. Now, as I was telling you, it's again an ecosystem, a closed loop system, like the biological systems, the neural systems or whatever. There we have another system to help you, dear doctors and medical professionals. See, in many cases, a clinic may have to be closed. There may be many reasons during COVID. The supporting staff may not have turned up due to lack of commuting facilities, and it may be some other hartal or something. So I keep the door closed and locked, like you see on the left corner of the screen. So what happens? What happens is that there's a QR code here, as you see on the screen, a QR code. Then what does it do? The QR code is programmed by the doctor from his control panel as to what it should say. So it's a one-time pasting. You can laminate it and paste it at the door and need not change it for a lifetime unless it is spoiled by the natural forces or by some chemical action. Then you can just print it out again. So one time printing, and the patient or the visitor scans the code to know why the clinic is closed. And that matter is entered by the doctor from anywhere in the world. He may be in a CME, he can do that during the break, or he can get his attender to do that. So that in brief explains the whole ecosystem, the workflow. Okay, now let me show you how the engineers have worked out this spinal cord. The cloud is taken in a very secure area using Google, or the credentials of Google, is authorized, secured, and SSL certified. Then all these things communicate through various buses and controls, taking care of whatever it said. I just showed it to you just for our own pride that we have developed the best system, as Syam was saying, not only available, but inventable. Okay, we went through various reference textbooks, browsing various IEEE journals, Institute of Electronics journals, and all that to get you the best system available. Okay, now we will move on to the various, what should I say, nodes of the ecosystem or the features. I have summed it up here on a dashboard or on a single slide. I'll take you to one by one by using hyperlinks. One is a login screen, self-explanatory, then a dashboard, which is the control panel of the doctor while he is in consultation. Then configuring the sessions, how do we do that? The screens for the configuration. Empowering the clerk receptionist, the screens, corresponding screens, I'll show you. They are not dead screens, they are just screenshots only. The kiosk, how does it look like? What does it do? Then the control panel for the clerk, which is a subsystem of the doctor. It's a subsystem of the doctor. Then the cloud-enabled token annunciation system, another important node of the machine, of the ecosystem, which connects to the cloud and gives you the next token, and as well as the next 7 or 8 tokens, which is configurable. Splash messaging, which I just told you, it is about getting known to the visitors and patients why the clinic is closed without disturbing you. Then the various testimonials, very good, of the various participating doctors, and feedback session, which I'm very much looking forward to, because this is a lifelong learning. I need to learn from the doctors. We need to learn and make it better and better and better. Now, I'll take a few minutes more, take you one by one to these screens. Let me show you the login screen. It's a simple login screen. New patient, the new doctor is registered here. It's a touch here, a hyperlink will appear. He will be walked through a panel of questions like the clinic name, doctor's name, specialty, number of years of specialization after specialization, and phone number, etc. And once he signs in and it is authenticated by TNC, it appears at the mobile app as a reference card. Okay, now I return and show you the dashboard. The most important thing, it remains empty when the clinic is not in session, because it is nobody is being treated or nobody is in the queue. But once the session starts, it gets filled up. Doctor doesn't have to do anything. It gets filled up via the mobile app, maybe via the mobile app, and maybe by the web app by the clerk, or maybe by the web app advanced, whatever. I could not show you everything in one screen. This is actually a live event, and different sessions are marked by different session numbers. And from the screen, you can see the change in color from pink to whatever you call that color, I think orange. That means that the session, there's a different session. And the patient coming via the web app of the clerk, walked in, but not comfortable with the self-entry, goes to the clerk enters, and he has also to mark him arrived. I'm sorry, not for the physically present one, those who call in and come, has to mark their presence here. Now, the obvious question is what happens when they don't mark arrival as per the EAT? When the EAT is not respected by the patient, what happens is that the system, when his turn comes or her turn comes, the ecosystem waits for a designed period as set by the doctor. Default is 1 minute. Okay. And before that, I'll show you the patient page. There's a small page for the doctor to enter the details. Many other details are entered by the clerk. Only the remarks and the medical record ID or whatever needs to be attended by the doctor. Now, going back to that problem of the late coming, what happens is the system waits for a default time of 1 minute configurable by the doctor, then goes on to the next patient. The doctor doesn't have to do anything. The compounder or the attendant doesn't have to shout for the patient. And let me show you a small testing video to authenticate what I said, and also the annunciation system can be seen. Now, one second, let me see if the sound is shared. Is this, no, sound is not shared. 1 second. You should here you'll see Ananda. I am to start with position 1. Ananda has not arrived, so we'll wait for 1 minute.
Token number 1.
Ananda, I could hear Ananda's clerk screen announcing, but he's not there. So 1 minute will wait and go to second. Ananda could not arrive. He is late. So what happens now is the next in line is being attended after a minute, waiting time of 1 minute. That is also programmed or configured by the doctor. Ananda.
So now I am next in queue. So my expected arrival time should change accordingly here on my app, right?
Can you check that? What's the time now?
Till 12:17.
It is 12:17. It won't change now.
You already arrived at the clinic, now it will not change now.
It can't change now because I cannot pull you.
Yeah,
I cannot
you
pull
are
you
already in the clinic,
because
so
of-
your time is not to be changed anymore. Hey, how
No,
did
that-
you get this token number thing? Which screen? Appointments.
Yeah, Ananda, you got the
As
announcement now.
I
As
got
you
the
see here, we are
announcement,
going to
how
the
do you
next
trigger the
patient now.
announcement?
That is from the machine only.
Token number
Please come.
2.
That is Syam.
Please.
So I have shown you that. And that patient who was Ananta, for example, has arrived late and is in the dashboard. The doctor will see that he's a late patient, absentee. He has become an absentee, as you see in the screen, which I have marked for you. Now, what happens when absentee? If he comes in late, if he scans late, the doctor will get a pop-up that there are a few late tokens, and he can do any of the three. That is, accept him as the next appointment. The queue dynamics will get adjusted accordingly, or can take him to the last in the session, or can cancel him if he's a habitual absentee. Okay. And as I told you, this is a high-level ecosystem. You can configure various sessions, and in case the session time has ended, is coming to an end, so 10 to 12, and you have a few more tokens, then the pop-up will come. The ecosystem will ask you what the system should do. Should we extend the present session to accommodate all the tokens, or should we transfer them to the next session? The decision is the doctor's. Okay. Now, the kiosk, the small beautiful device on the receptionist screen for self-entry. The screen, the opening screen will be like this. One part will be for the arrival patients by the patient app, and the other is for the walk-in patients, which I explained earlier. And this is how it works. The one patient is seen at the skincare clinic entering the data, his own data, and taking a token. That's it. And now the control panel for clerk. The n number of clerks can be delegated to or configured by the doctor. As you see here, there are a few clerks, or we can call them receptionists or whatever we like them to be called. And these are the works they can do. Anything can be assigned to them. Onboarding patients for phone calls, current booking, etc. And then taking appointments via phone or by physically who are present. They can take from it from the list with the doctor, or they can onboard a new patient using the screen, and they can then book the patient for a current arrival. For the patient who has arrived, he can book it by clicking the walk-in patient checkbox. Okay, this advanced booking, it will go like this. So you can select the date, and then followed by the time session of the clinic. Okay, now going back, the token annunciation, it's a very useful thing in the sense that it gives you whichever tokens are coming up soon after this in the order, and the present token number, and it will announce the number also. Another view of the front fascia. And this is how you configure. That can be done by the clerk. Very user friendly. He has to just feed the zoom level. Zoom level means there is a function of the TV screen size. Then the login, username and password, which the doctor used to log in his clinic to the cloud. Dear participants, we have only one login and ID for one clinic that will be used to log in the kiosk, to log in the TV screen, and also for the clinic. Okay, now this is how the announcement goes. A human voice is planned. I'm sorry, I'm not getting the that search bar. Something is wrong. Otherwise, we have to wait for the announcement.
Token number 1.
And it blends well with the clinic scenario, as you see here, and it's very clearly visible. Okay, now we go to the splash messaging. It's done like that. This is actually a real life screen from the dashboard. For example, this is one clinic in Trivandrum participating with us. The clerk or the doctor can key in these things, and these things are uploaded to the cloud, available as can be previewed on the same screen by using the mobile to see that everything is all right. And then for a logged clinic, for various reasons, please don't call the doctor or the clerk and disturb them. Just scan this QR code and you will know why that clinic is closed. Okay. Then I think I'm very eager to get feedback from the renowned doctors who have visited us. Please, the stage is yours. And as you prepare your questions, please interrupt me. We are just running those testimonials from the participating doctors. Thanks to them, we learned with them, we worked with them, spent hours in the night to know their problems. And we would not be where we are now without their help. Thanks to all the 3 doctors and a few others also who indirectly helped us. Thank you so much. Now let me run the presentation. Please interrupt me if you have any questions.
The Healios ecosystem is not something that evolved overnight. An eminent team of engineers have worked hard to realize this dream, along with active support from doctors of various disciplines. Right now, let us watch what Dr. Bonnie Zakaria, who is a practicing dentist for the last 25 years, has to say on this. Dr. Bonnie is also the owner of SK Dental Clinic.
Hello, I'm Dr. Bonnie Zakaria, and I have been practicing dentistry in this SK Dental Clinic for the past 25 years. We have installed the Healios patient management system or the patient appointment system in the clinic since December 2020. When Ajith of TNC discussed the Healios system initially with me, I was thrilled. I jumped at the concept because it was unique and phenomenal. It addresses the most important factor in the prevention of the current coronavirus scenario, social distancing. And as always, patients would love to come in and be served immediately. So better patient management or appointment system was the need of the day. It was clear that Ajith was addressing a gap in the smooth management of patients in clinics. Up until the installation of the Healios system, we had patients waiting for hours in our waiting room to get a consult or a procedure done. And by the time the turn comes, the patient would usually be irritated or impatient due to the long waiting hours. This always had a negative impact on their attitude within the operatory. Although we do have many apps or softwares as patient management or clinic management software, of which I have been using a popular one for the past 10 years, none of them was addressing the core issue of a dynamic change of appointment times. This Healios system has done away with that problem, and the change in appointment times are informed to the patient automatically and without human intervention. The Healios system by TNC has been a part of my clinic's infrastructure since December 2020, and I am quite satisfied with the concepts and improvements made by the TNC team. At this juncture, I would like to congratulate Ajith on his concept and his team for building up the app in such a manner. And I'm very happy to contribute much more for the development of the Healios app and for the advanced versions of the system. Thank you and good luck.
Now, this is from the skincare dental clinic. The Dr. Rajesh also burned the midnight oil to help us. We sat through in the late hours of the night. I mean, thank you, Dr. Rajesh Nair, for the wholesome support you and your staff members gave us. Giving the various pain points and the problems. So our team of engineers could work on them one by one and solve it to the satisfaction. Thank you. We are still awaiting questions, Syam.
Dr. Boni is physically is available there. He can just put in a few words.
Syam will just run this and then invite him.
Okay, up to you.
What do you say?
Yeah.
I'll just run one more testimonial. Good morning, or rather good day to all of you. Hope all of you are doing well in this pandemic and epidemic times. I am Dr. Ajith Chandran, the Director Technical in Applied Electronics of Healios Consultancy, a company with Indian operations headquartered in Mumbai and international operations headquartered in Berlin. I, along with the patronage and the companionship of the co-directors of Healios Consultancy, namely Mr. Syam and Mr. Ravi Damodaran, had embarked upon an ambitious project of smart, intelligent ecosystem. We worked on it for quite a number of months. I'm not able to. Now we have a scroll it. Smart ecosystem that can make a patient reach the clinic only just in time for his treatment. He doesn't have to wait. He doesn't have to stand in the queue, and thus no crowding at the clinics. So we achieved it through many ways, and we have right now with us Dr. Rajesh Nair, a dermatologist come cosmetologist, having 2 decades plus experience in the domain. He is the owner of Skincare Specialty Center, a 4-storied, multi-storied complex in the suburbs of Trivandrum. So let us hear from him how he felt about our intelligent, smart ecosystem. Over to you, sir.
Hello. Hi friends, I am Dr. Rajesh, Rajesh Nair, consultant dermatologist, Chandran, Kerala. Today I have come here to tell you something about the new app which we are using. It's called the Healios software or Healios app, whatever it is. And we've been using this app, Healios, for about 6 months now. We are very happy with it. Amazing product. Initially, when Mr. Ajith brought this thing to us, we were a little apprehensive to take this because we have already had a software with our EMR, so we didn't know how this will work. But then once we started using it, we were very happy. See, our setup is spread about 4 floors, so it was difficult to manage all the patients and everyone. So when the patient walks in and the contact is at the reception and the ground floor, my receptionist, they enters all the details and tell the patient to wait in the first floor, and then it's for me to manage. I can easily manage that. At the click of my with a fingertip, I can control the patients, how many patients are waiting, and when I click it, the announcement comes, the token number comes, and the patients found it very easy. We also found it very easy. Our reception also has more time. They don't have to bother whether the patient has visited me, or they consulted a doctor, or are they waiting. And the patients also don't make a fuss because they know that their number is going to come in about few minutes, because now the token is 10 and my token is 15, so they'll have to wait for another 20 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever. So they are happy, they can have a coffee and then easily they can sit. We are very happy, and I thank Mr. Ajith and his team, the whole Healios team, for an excellent product, and I wish them all the best in their future endeavors. And I hope they'll bring out more apps or more useful things for doctors like us. Thank you very much.
Ajith, you may close the screen.
There is one more thing, but I'll stop sharing. There is one more best wishes is coming from Armenia, a doctor on leave, but we'll take it up later. Yeah, we are open to questions now. I think somebody has to break the ice, no, Syam?
Yeah, I think Dr. Shankar is coming in.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning,
sir.
Good morning. Good morning,
Good morning,
Ajith.
sir.
It's an
Good morning to
excellent
you, sir.
idea, and I think
Yeah.
it's a wonderful idea and wonderful concept. And
Yeah.
especially in the COVID vaccinations also, if you have done all the vaccination, immunization clinics, all these things, it is useful. I'm having one clarification, because
Sure,
you
sir.
told in between, if you are going to some meeting or examination or something, 1 hour has been lost, something like that, you told it will be automatically changed. Time will be changed.
Yes,
So
yes.
how
The time will
the doctor has to change somehow, how it will be done?
I'll tell you, Dr. Shankar. It is very simple. As I was telling you, the dashboard is the control center of this ecosystem, dashboard of the doctor. So every patient, when it is onboarded, he is under treatment with you. And once the treatment is over, you will press the next button. After entering small jitterings like prescription, all that, you will press the next button. And the cloud, the ecosystem waits for you to press the next button. So if you are not finished with the patient, you will not press the next button, and that time is pushed to the coming up patients, to their mobile devices and to their SMS.
That
So
will be
every
automatically
minute,
done. That will be
automatically done. Automatically, no staff is required. I think the staff could be used in various better things.
So we don't have to change the time. If next
don't have to
button I
change
have
the
not pressed, automatically that half an hour or 45 minutes
That's
will be automatically
Right.
changed.
Right.
Okay. Then
hello, Dr. Shankar. I am Dr. Bonnie Zakaria.
Yes.
I would like to tell you that you don't have to do anything. The system will automatically push the times. Okay. You don't have to call the next patient, or you don't have to do anything. You just do nothing, and the timings will automatically shift.
Okay. And another thing
so that is the convenience.
Okay, that's a good idea. Then another thing what I felt in a larger hospital like medical college, patients are in various levels of patients will come. So how we will tell these patients to download the Healios? And because I know Rajesh, I know Bonnie, I know I'm seeing dental clinics, skin clinics, these type of specialty clinics. when they are registering itself, you can give the advertisement or something like that. We have shown Healios patients, please download and do it. It will be easy. But in a public place like medical college or somewhere, how we will give the information to the patient to download this app? That will be a little bit logistics difficulty.
That's right. Dr. Shankar, I think I discussed with my wife and your student, Dr. Yamina, also this. So what is to be done, I feel, is that anyway, the first time they have to come via the conventional system. And even on the first time when it is implemented, they will be walked in through there will be an walk-in procedure via the kiosk or the clerk there. The clerk there or the attender there can log them in. So at that time itself, they will feel a difference. Then either the clerk or the attender or a poster on the wall should give them interest to download the app and thus enable them to come just in time for their turn. In the sense that now this system, I mean, what should I say? It regularizes the queue, Shankar, but what happens is they anyway have to wait anyway. They have come already. Only thing is that in their SMS, they will be getting SMS every 10 minutes of a change. So they can go to another OP or not another OP, maybe to the pharmacy or somewhere to get medicines and all and get back in time for their turn. They don't have to simply stay put. They don't have to stay put.
That is, I want clarification. That is in the preliminary stage. Conventionally, we can manage. Then gradually, patient can download and the app and do
exactly.
That is also possible. That is also.
That's fine. No, they can download from the app straight away from the clinic on a poster or something by QR code, or somebody can handhold up the staff.
Ajith,
I think Ravi has to say his point.
Dr. Shankar, I am Ravi Kumar here. I think I got your point in a larger perspective. See, what you are asking is a very valid point, like in a bigger, larger setup, how do we manage this thing? We see the patient when they are walking in for the first time, they don't need to have this app with them. They can simply call up the receptionist and the reception can have themselves registered for these guys. Means a patient can call up like in the conventional style. What happens is that we call up a reception and then talk to them for an appointment. The similar thing can be done here also. And when they do that thing, this receptionist would advancedly take these people into the system. And the system gets registered there, and then system starts sending SMS to that particular individual or the patient on an hourly basis or on a minutely basis. And once they walk into that particular area, we can have a QR code present there, which can be scanned to download the app, whether in Android or whether it be in iOS. This app Healios for patients are available both in Android as well as Google Play Store. iOS Play Store. So the conventional part has to be done initially, which means that they have to call up the reception and book themselves, and thereafter, after the booking is done, it is the system which starts taking care of them as Healios patient, and then they start sending system starts sending SMSs and all those things. Hope I have addressed some part of your query.
Thank you. And one more doubt. All my doubts will be related to the larger perspective because I am working in a medical college. How fast should be the internet to work it fast? Because in a small hospital it's okay. In a bigger medical college, we are having Wi-Fi, but it may not be nook and corner. It may not be that much speed. We will not get. So I don't know to talk about the KB and all those things, but how fast it should be? It should be in the very high fast range or a reasonable mobile app work like dual work.
The answer to that is anything above 1 Mbps or even 1 Mbps will be sufficient to do this. And I think to get that during these days is quite easy. Even 500 Mbps would be 500 kbps would be sufficient to get that, because Shankarji, we are not transferring any images or video. We are only connecting through this feedback system.
It may not be that much difficult.
It won't be difficult. It won't be. Even mobile data.
If there is some problem in the Wi-Fi, our mobile is having that
hotspot.
hotspot. In that, it
Yeah.
will be working.
Immediately, no problem, no problem.
That's
3G,
I'm
3G, 3G and above will be okay. 3G is quite
3G
common.
and above hotspot, it can be work, because Zoom meeting, all these things are difficult in this hotspot and other things.
Yeah,
So,
right.
So that's it. But this will be work. This will be working.
Sure, sir. It will be seamlessly working in 3G and above, and even 2G. It will sustain 2G also, because there are no videos and images in the system. But accuracy may slightly go down with 2G. 3G will be okay. And 3G is very common nowadays, I feel.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you, doctor, for that very interesting questions. I would like further all doctors, please come up and ask questions, because this product is for you. Ravi, Dr. Santosh is in, right?
Dr. Santosh Nair is there. Can we have Dr. Santosh Nair on the screen?
Yes. Just a moment.
Then we will come to Dr. Rajaratnam also, so that.
Sir, good morning. Rajaratnam here.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Good morning.
Since I had gone through
the.
Sir, it was really a wonderful presentation, Dr. Ajith, sir. And,
thank you so much.
One small question I have, sir, because in Chaitanya, we have a lot of cross consultations.
Okay.
So,
Syam, can we have Dr. Rajaratnam also on the spotlight?
His video is not available.
Oh my God. Okay, sir. Sir, can you turn on your video, please?
Yes, sir.
So that we can talk. Yeah, now we.
Sir, we in average footfall, you will see when we categorize the patient into new as well as old and review together.
Yeah.
When we follow the time pattern, once I come and see a doctor, you refer me to another specialty, like, so what happens, whether there will be already patients who are in queue, when I refer the patient to another doctor, how things will go? It will go on time based of the entry of the hospital or the change over time from the doctor to another doctor.
Sir, your voice was not clear. Can you just repeat it once more? I couldn't get the question properly.
Doctor, is it clear now?
Yeah, it's clear. Yes.
So, doctor, suppose I see one patient and I want to send it to you.
Okay.
You're already having 10 patients.
Okay.
I came to the hospital as the first patient for me.
Okay. Very good.
And I send it to you. Already you have 10 in queue. Where will I put that patient? Based on the in time of the hospital or the queue in your patients?
Yeah, very good question. Presently, as per the present design, it will be the next in line, in the sense that the next in line. And in case you, sir, you feel that this is critical, he has to undergo something very quickly, then one thing can be done. The present patient which I am treating need not be concluded, in the sense that I can prevent myself from pressing the next button and admit the patient whom you are referred to as serious. See, both of you are doctors. You are a cardiologist and I am a neurologist or something. You need to refer the cardio to me. What I'll do is, my list is there. My Q dynamics is still working, but I will not press the next button until and unless I finish with your patient. Reviewing your patient or getting the opinion or whatever.
Fine, sir. So
and then go back.
So unless you close the current patient, you cannot see the next patient, right? No, sir, according to the software.
No. We cannot close the next patient. I'm telling, sir, of the present scenario. Since we have ours is built up, we can customize it as per requirement. There will not be a much of a problem. But what I'm saying is, as it stands now, if you have to have an emergency, you have to finish consulting the present patient and should not press the next button, and the emergency patient should be brought in, and the other patient's time will get pushed out slowly and steadily, so that they don't have to wait. They can spend their time in a better manner when I am consulting the emergency patient. Nice question, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Santosh is based out of Navi Mumbai, and thank you for coming in, sir. Dr. Santosh, your views.
Thank you, sir.
Your voice is a little. It's a little distorted.
Yeah, the voice, audio quality.
Yes.
Just a moment. I think you have to connect it. Okay. Somebody else can. Can you hear me?
It's a little off, sir. By the time you can get your audio, because we want to hear you.
Can you hear me now? Hello.
Yes, absolutely. Very clear.
Yeah. So nothing new to ask out of this because as Ravi had clearly mentioned all the details of it before, but surely I would like to have a demo of it at my place because the practical problems may come up. I know many of the members are already using this Healios, but we do have some peculiar problems of our own after we started operating our own software system. Some feedback or some help did come from the software provider, which was slightly overlapping on some aspects of Healios. But what I feel is that our local problems related to crowd management, we will be able to decipher once we install for a demo or whatever, for a trial period for some time. Because one peculiarity what we have in our clinic is that most of our patients, let's say you can say 70 to 75% are quite old. You can say more than 65 years of it, where of course, along with motor functions, slightly software related problems are more with that age group. And many of them these days in this pandemic area, in these pandemic times, they don't they are not accompanied by relatives or attendants as they used to be before the pandemic. So there has been some problems in the post-pandemic period, in the post-lockdown period, which were never faced before. That's what I would elaborate on those things once we get a trial of this product, and let us see how those things can be sorted out. But of course, all those previous concerns what were there last year during the first presentation, I think most of it has been solved in this presentation. Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you, Dr. Santosh.
So I'll answer your questions one by one. Sir, except for the TV part, we are required to send you a 200-gram packet. That's the only hardware required for the whole thing. I can get you online in a few minutes itself, provided you have a provided you have the laptop and tab.
Okay.
The tab also can be excluded if you don't want to have a walk-in arrangement by self-checking, like in boarding pass issue. I mean, we are so flexible now, sir, that we can reach anywhere in the world just like that with our solution, without a physical movement from our seats. So we can control it. Or we also are having, or in the process of having, a call center also to attend to your needs in a 24/7/365 basis. And
that should be wonderful. Yeah.
I'm happy that, sir, you're located out of Mumbai.
Located, yeah, close to Belapur, yeah.
Belapur, okay. So that is quite convenient. We would like you to use the TV app also, so that the people coming there can have a clear view of their turn, as Dr. Rajesh Nair was mentioning in his testimonial. Otherwise, the system itself will announce. Even parallel system, your system, the dentist system, and the doctor system, and the clerk system will parallelly announce in tandem with the TV announcement, which comes 300 milliseconds later. So that will be for the public. Otherwise, there will be a slight strain on the clerk. He has to listen to his device audio and call out the patient, because device audio may not be audible to the public, to the patient sitting there. That's the only limiting factor. It's not a limiting factor, but it's just like an icing in the cake, the audio enunciation. And that also, as I was telling you, sir, it's controlled from the cloud. So what we are having a solution which requires minimum human interaction. Minimum human interaction is our key, so that physical distancing and crowding is done away with. And physical distancing is not done away with, crowding is done away with.
Yeah, Dr. Santosh, we will take your inputs as we put in for a trial period. We give a trial period for 1 month, so that during the course of the time also we will certainly put in the improvements, whatever our system can configure, and get your solutions right there.
Yeah.
Doctor, sorry, one more doubt I have, doctor.
Yeah, please.
Doctor, is the software linked with the Google review?
It is linked in the app. Actually, I like all apps. You can always review it on the iOS platform as well as the Google platform. We are expecting good reviews, but we are prepared for the worst also at the same time.
Not sir. Even the hospital review. Suppose once I use the software, when the patient comes in, and if it is directly, suppose instead of going asking each and every patient for a review of the hospital or the software, if is there any provision where it can automatically they can do it from there?
Very good question again, sir. Very good question. We'll take care of that. We already have a plan in the backyard, in the workshop, the lab to do that. We'll definitely come out with that. And one thing, sir, once you install it in the Chaitanya Eye Research Hospital, which is a well-known hospital in South India, it gets automated. It gets updated as time passes. Whenever we have an update, it will be yours. None of us need to come to visit you. We'll just say, Raju sir, now your update is ready. Please start using it. So that would come up very soon. I cannot give you a date now. That patient review on the mobile app is what you're asking for, and that has reflect in the Google, and that automatically reflect. When they give you the review, the Google will take care of it, and Apple's platform will take care of their reviews. Even the Apple platform also, now it is becoming popular, you will get a review.
Okay.
And I feel, sir, even during the days when we don't have a review system in the app, even by using it, they will become so happy that they will visit your page and give you a review on the Google general platform itself.
Yes, sir.
I like Dr. Bonnie. I think you should talk. I think you got a lot of good reviews now once we had installed this and the pain point of the patients and yours was removed. Am I right? We talked about that. Now you were telling us. Some good reviews came up. No?
Mute. You are on mute, Dr. Bonnie.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Bonnie, yeah.
It is quite true. It is quite true. After the system has been installed, the number of reviews have gone up, even though not very dramatically. Definitely, it has come up. I've got some good reviews. Thanks to Healios.
Thank you.
And I would like to confirm that Ajith and the technical, developer Jinu has been so receptive of my complaints that they have the ecosystem has come up from a scratch to such a good level. It's thanks to them for listening to all my complaints.
Thank you so much, Moni. We are always with you, with all the doctors, to make their life better. So that they can concentrate more on the professional practice than on crowd management.
Ravi, any doctors you know of who have come in here?
I think Dr. Sandeep Kale is there. Dr. Sandeep?
Yes, sir.
Can we have you on video, please?
Hello,
Hi,
good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon.
So hope you have gone through the entire proceedings of Healios and
definitely, yeah.
So any specific questions which you would want to clarify?
As a practitioner dentist, I would like to ask one thing. There are two ways of doing the practice. One is a consultation, that is OPD, and second thing is the working procedure. Okay, we require only few minutes, means 5 minutes to 10 minutes for doing the consultation or checking of a patient. But we require hours or half an hour to 1 hour for doing the treatment procedures. So how can we manage that thing?
Okay, fine. I think Dr. Sandeep, Dr. Boni is a practicing dentist, and he has been using our system for last 6 months, and probably he will throw some light onto this particular area. Before that, I'll just give you a small startup that this particular system is something which you decide. You decide on, see, normally when I have visited few dentists in the past, including you, so probably most of the places I have seen a customary thing that all Tuesdays and Thursdays you do procedure, on Mondays and Wednesdays you do consulting, and so these are the patterns which I have seen in almost all the dental cares. So I'm just saying that if that being the pattern, you can decide how the timings on that particular day can be decided. It's not uniform. Like it is not mandatory that if you set between two patients 5 minutes, it needs to be 5 minutes. You can decide that morning it is 2 minutes, evening it can be 5 minutes, late evening it can be 1 hour also. So it is you who control the entire session. The control of between the patient and how much time you need to dedicate to each patient on a particular day is decided by you, not by the system, not by the Healios. Healios is a platform which is given to you to decide and make sure what is your convenience. Like if you decide that you are doing a treatment on a particular day and you need about half an hour to 1 hour or 45 minutes, you decide that thing and put that as an interval between two patients. And I think Dr. Boni can throw some more light, as he has been practicing this same thing with the Healios. Yeah, Dr. Boni, can you please come in?
Yes, Ravi, as Dr. Sandeep has talked, the problem with dental practice is that we can, even though we can schedule certain days to be on practical days, on a regular working day, all days are procedure days. You can go in for an extraction and the extraction can finish up by 5 minutes. And there are some cases where a root will break and that extraction can take us more than 1.5 hours or 2 hours. And that is the problem, which is the problem of a dental clinic. It creates such a mayhem in the reception area. This can be, I mean, with this system, what happens is once we don't do anything to the share dashboard, that is, we don't click the next patient, nothing, I mean, the timings will be dynamically changed for all the patients behind in the queue. So those patients who have not arrived and who are still at home waiting for the SMS to come that your time has come, and they can sit back home and relax till the next SMS comes saying that your timing has been shifted to this much and you can come at this time. So that is the convenience of the system.
Thank
you.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you, doctor. But I just will check with Ajith. I have an interpretation here. Now, suppose in a day, you have got 5 different patients. One patient may take 10 minutes, another patient may take half an hour, another patient may take 10 minutes. Like you know that specifically that 10 minutes is there. And in between, there is a patient whom you think will take 15 minutes or 30 minutes, pre-decided. Then that procedure is also being developed by Ajith so that can be incorporated by the doctor. Am I right, Dr. Ajith?
Yes, right. I'll just speak a few minutes on this. Presently, as Dr. Boni said, that's the way it can be solved out. As the system itself will take care of that. And there is another solution also which can work with the present system is that, Dr. Sandeep, I don't know, I come from a doctor family, dentists are there. I feel that in some cases, these procedures are put on certain days or certain sessions. Those sessions can have stretched out timings in the ecosystem. You can program it, say 1 hour each. You can accommodate all these procedures in that day or that session. That session can be named as procedure session. That's quite possible now. But there was a request from one of the doctors. I think Dr. Jacob Sebastian, I think he's here. It will be nice to hear from him. So what that will be done in a future update. That is, you can set the window also, the treatment window. We'll do that, sir. We'll definitely do it for you because we are for you. We've done all this is for you only. We'll definitely come out with that. Like, don't ask me a date. We'll work on that. It's in our list, to-do list. But presently, still can be managed without any hiccup. Okay, no changes are required. If you have a procedure session in place, that can be done. And in case there's a rare case of somebody getting extended, others will wait in their homes only, not in a clinic, and create chaos. Okay. Okay, sir.
Tap to activate. Back button. Double tap to
Sir,
activate.
can you hear me? Sir, our Dr. Suresh Kumar is here. I think he said he'll come. Dr.
Yes,
Suresh Kumar.
Dr. Suresh Kumar has come in.
Yeah.
Sir,
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Good morning. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry that I could not attend the whole session. I was attending another meeting, so I could hear only few things. Anyway, I have been associating with Mr. Ajith since long, especially he on the same issue. So I find I'm happy that it's going on very well. I think more of my friends also will be joining the scheme. Your device will be purchasing your device, and so I think it will work out well. Only thing is it's a COVID time. Our practice has come down like anything. We don't have our small institutions have no what do you call? They have almost stopped the inpatient facility because of COVID. Almost it's working on a outpatient. That also we don't have much disease, much illness nowadays in our society because everyone is locked up inside. They are not exposed to any infections. They are not exposed to any. They are keeping well. They are getting good sleep. They're eating well. So most of the people, they don't develop any issues. So I think in the coming days we'll pick up. So we'll have good time ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, there is one flip side of it, a flip side of what you said, sir. People are not coming to the clinics because they fear the pandemic may catch them due to rubbing shoulders with other patients and all that. So when everybody is thinking like that, nobody is coming to the clinic because they are afraid of the crowd.
Yeah,
Don't you think, sir, that our solution of avoiding the crowd and bringing in people one by one will be a panacea for both the patient as well as the treating doctor? What do you say, sir?
Yeah, definitely. It will help. It will help. This is going to be useful in any situation.
Yeah.
COVID,
So the fear
post-COVID,
side.
pre-COVID.
Yeah, right.
It will fit in. Only thing is, people are not not coming in large numbers. As you said,
right.
They're scared of coming to hospitals.
So,
Such things
so
are there.
Sir, are we not addressing that issue itself, that removing their fear, because we are only bringing them one by one, so physical distancing and other norms are kept in place. Right.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think we can bring back the patients to the clinics.
Really. Thank you so much, doctor.
I think
we got 5 more minutes. We got 5 more minutes, and
Dr. Sandeep, Dr. Boni, and in fact, in our last meeting also, we saw that there were certain concerns for dental sector alone, which had this unique issue of time not being decided at pre this thing. So we will definitely rework on that particular aspect also as we move ahead. In the meantime, we also want to say to all the doctors who are present in this particular platform that any doctor who would want to try out our option can connect back to us, and we will ensure that you are provided with this system and you can try it out at your clinics for some time, feel for it, and once you are comfortable with it, that is the time when we can go into a formal agreement. Till such time, we can always provide you this Healios system in your clinic for a trial session, and you can use it and then feel for it. That's a humble submission from Thea Consultancy. Yeah.
I think Dr. Rajesh has a question. Dr. Rajesh Ramchandran, yes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rajesh. I'm Bonnie's friend. I'm also a dental surgeon. Thank you Thank you, Thea new consultancy. Actually, it's a very new concept. I think it's very easy to integrate. Like a person like me who have got multiple clinics. I got 2 clinics. So the earlier the speaker was telling that we can integrate or configure the multiple clinics. It's a very new concept, and also we can give appointments can be given by the same day. So there will be less absentees. There won't be any no-shows by the patients. So what will happen? The patient's experience, there will be increase in patient experience, and doctor-patient commitment will be increased, and like efficiency of the clinic will be increased. And about that Ajith was telling about the system, Internet of Things, IoT system. Though it's a new concept for doctors, maybe it's an old concept for engineers. And the self-checking system, the kiosk key, we have seen in railway stations and airports. But I must say, how many people are using it? The percentage of people, maybe in airports they will be using it, but I don't think in a clinic and all we have to educate them. Like my clinic, it's in a panchayat where 50% of less than 50% people are techno savvy, so they don't have. And Dr. Shankar was saying that we have got lots of elderly patients, and there will be some problem with them also. So it should be answered. And I've seen the topology, and it's very nice. It's very easy. Kudos to the team. Login screen, it's very simple. But here also there is some problem for me. I've talked to this to Dr. Ajith about the integration of software to this system, because for this we have to use again, you have to log in here, and again for a dental or a medical software, again we have to log in. And,
right, sir.
And you also know that now it's a COVID days. Now COVID days means we have to give some COVID charts and everything is there. Again, we have to log in for that also. So 3 types of logins should be there for a patient. If it is integrated in one thing, it will be better.
Right.
That's all I have to say.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable feedback. Very good, sir. So we have a solution for that also. My lead engineer, who was with me through the thick and thin of it, should be with me now. He has joined, I've seen. I don't know whether he has gone into other work. I mean, with his support, we have developed an API that is a gateway to another software. The bridge connecting 2 softwares is already ready with us. That bridge has to be supplied. The API has to be supplied to Rajesh sir's backend software, and we have done that, or we are in the process of doing that in skincare. There is another software provider who takes care of the medical records. We are integrating with them, and definitely we'll integrate with whatever software is available. As Syam has said in his presentation, we have our ways and means to do that. There is a engineering connect standard to do that, because otherwise nothing would happen. No, sir, because our CoWIN is another platform. Arogya Setu is another platform, but when we get into CoWIN, we are actually going into Arogya Setu. Same way we'll develop it, sir, and that is not a big challenge, but then there should be a proper communication between the engineers of PNC and the engineers of the software suppliers of you. That we'll ensure, because our team is ready to help you out in that. And I will request you to have a trial for a month or so. And if you are happy with that, and you are surely happy, I'm sure they will be happy, we'll integrate it for you with the support of the present team that you are having, who has supplied you with the EMR or whatever. We'll do that. We didn't want to enter into EMR because that is it's a known area. Now there are no challenges in that. It's always there. Many are there. So we'll just integrate with them and help you. And with the new clinic, maybe we can. I think Ravi has a plan for that. For
It
existing
should be in a
doctors,
give and take way. It should be in a
of
give and
course,
take way.
the give and take is what happens in an API. We'll do
Yeah.
that. So what happens is that when we enter, when the clinic details are, when the clinic details are there, I mean, sorry, when the personal details are entered into the Healios, it automatically reaches your backend, the other software. Let us call it X. The X takes it from us. Because there is an API, it's an IEEE standard, Institution of Electronics and Engineering, Electronics and Electrical Engineering standard. IEEE is defined as standard for communication between two softwares without manual intervention. For that, my engineer and your engineer has to work together for that. It may take a few hours, that's all. We'll do that when we are happy with the solution. It's not a problem.
Ajith, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Ajith, thank you. Actually, I think it is already past the half an hour after 12. I'm sure doctors are quite busy.
Sure. Before we end, before you end, I just wanted to introduce you to my beloved engineer, Jinu. Can you bring him on spotlight?
Why not? Dr. Jinu, Mr. Jinu, sorry.
Engineer Jinu. Engineer Jinu is there. Where is he?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah,
can you come on video? Come on camera, please.
Yeah.
Syam, can you spotlight him?
Yeah, once he speaks, he's automatically spotlighted. Yes, indeed, it has been a wonderful discussion so far. So many inputs, so many nice words coming in. But we are rooted. We want to stay and work and develop a solution that is going to fit your requirements, individual requirements as well, because this can be done from one place by one person who is leading this particular development. And I'm sure with the service support as well as with the training that is going to be provided, by hand holding, I'm sure we will be able to support you in your need. Jinu, are you coming in?
Okay, we'll move on to one more engineer, one more dentist who has been integrated with by our system on trial basis. I think Dr. Jacob Sebastian, I don't know, he was there in the beginning.
He's there, he's very much there.
So he's a new recipient of Healios. Can we hear from him? How was the experience of transferring? He just started, that's all. Can you come in, Dr. Jacob Sebastian?
Yes, Dr. Ajith, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, surely. Can you come on video?
I think it is a new idea. It's a promising idea.
Yeah.
And also, time is valuable for everybody, including doctors and also the patients. So the patients will ultimately benefit, I think, from this concept.
Yes.
Also, as Dr. Rajesh has pointed out, we already use more than one software for our clinical
needs.
And it would be better to integrate this along with the Healios with our existing softwares.
Yes.
So it would be easier for our part. It will make your job quite a lot easier. And also, as Dr. Sandeep said, we have consultations and procedures, and the time taken for each is different. It will be better for us to have a preset time for each procedure or for a consultation. It will save a lot of time for us and also for other patients. And I think I congratulate Dr. Ajith for this new ideas and innovative Healios. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. We look forward. If there are no more questions, I think I'll invite our Dr. Yatin, sir, our mentor and our senior engineer from IIT Mumbai, to propose the vote of thanks. It was so nice of his services to us. He has always been a mentor to me, guiding me through the thick and thin of it. When I was faltering, he was there to support. It's great. Of course, my own directors, the founders were always there. Without their, it's nothing like that. I am nothing without them. So whatever has been done is because of their support, moral, every type of support. Thanks a lot to Devi and Syam, the founders of Tia New Consultancy, and to Mr. Yatin, whom I invite now to give the vote of thanks. And to Anantha Narayan Iyer also. You are a team. It is a collective effort which is slowly bearing fruit.
Thank you, everyone. And please don't mind the video quality, right? First of all, this immense knowledge we have over here of Dr. Ajith, coupled with the knowledge base of Syam and Ravi. So this is almost, you can say, 100 years of experience combined and cross-functional experience we have. And we actually are a group of professionals, and our intention is to serve the medical fraternity. So with this, I basically communicate by vote of thanks. I'm not naming each and every individual, but I declare that session as closed. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.